Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here today with my May HHC swatch video. You've probably heard me say it a million times, but I'll say it again if anyone here is new. The polishes I'm about to show you will be available for pre-order exclusively on the HHC website, which I will link in the description. They'll be available from the 14th through the 21st. I will link the specific times down in the description, and it'll take about 3 to 4 weeks for these to ship out to you. Of course, there will be many more polishes available than the ones that I'm showing. I've just got a small sampling of what's available, but let's get into it. So first up we have Girly Bits Midnight at the Concord, and this one was sent to me for review and I was also compensated for my review. And this polish is described as an intense pink to green / gold shimmer in a sheer blackened base with small matte pink glitters and black micro flakes. So this one is intentionally sheer, and the shimmer will give the appearance of full coverage for most at 3 coats. And Pam does say that if you want a smoother finish, you can use 2 coats of top coat or a glitter smoothing top coat. However, this one, I was able to get it totally smooth with 1 layer of top coat. But back to the application, as you can see, it's definitely sheer on the first coat, which is super even and beautiful. So if you're into sheer polishes, you can wear it in 1 coat. And this is how it's looking in 2, but I do think it's best in 3. The base almost builds up to full opacity, and with the glitters and the flakes, it really covers everything off. And this is honestly such a beautiful polish. It's also really shifty. You can't really tell yet, but you will in a second. And as you can see, this one does dry down with texture, but as I mentioned, it's a very smooth glitter that is used in here with the flakes. So I used the Cuticula Limitless top coat, and it was totally smooth with just 1 coat of that after it dried down. And this is it in 3 coats plus top coat. You can see that shift hopefully at extreme angles. The green is there, the gold is there. It's just a really interesting mix of shimmer in addition to the glitter and the flakes. I think it just comes together really nicely and is really totally unique in my collection. As you can see here, it's practically lime green. Here we have Sassy Sauce, who also compensated me for my review, and this one is called Windswept. It is a turquoise thermal when cold with a pink to gold to green shift and coral glitter that are really sparse, but they're really cool, as you're going to see in a second. This one, when it's warm, will fade to a colorless polish, leaving the shimmer and glitter to pop. So this one has a really nice formula. It goes on really evenly and smoothly, and you will notice that I didn't get any glitters on my index finger, but I did on my middle finger. And the glitters are on the sparse side. There's not a ton of them in the bottle, so it was intentionally made this way, as I can see and understand. And the glitters that do come out are really cute and interesting when they end up on your nail, as you're going to see with my full hand swatch in a second. And I was happy with the opacity of this one in 2 coats. I thought that it covered most of my nail line. I didn't want to do a third, so I just left it. And as with most thermals, it does dry down sort of flat, so I recommend a good glossy top coat. And because there are glitters in this, you might want to use a glitter smoothing top coat, but again, I found these glitters to be quite flat and smooth, so I just used Cuticula Limitless to get a smooth finish on my manicure. So I was cold when swatching, but this is it when I'm all warmed up, and you can see that shimmer really stands out nicely, and you see the glitters pop through a little more. So it's a really interesting final look with this polish. I really like how it looks, and I particularly like it in the warm state. Sometimes I get a thermal and I wish it would just be one color and not another, but it is what it is, and this one still looks cool when it's cold. I just happen to like it better when it's warm. And that shimmer, like I said, is really shifty, and you get the green here at the more extreme angles. Now we're moving on to the other polishes. These ones were just sent as PR, no compensation. And this one is Paint It Pretty Polish, Pop or Soda. And this one is a continuation of their Magnetic series. And already in this bottle, I love the polish. And this one is described as a black base with a pink to gold magnetic shift. And there's hollow flakes in here as well. So this one has a really good formula, and this time I decided to apply it a little differently. So I went in with one coat. I did not apply the magnet, just to sort of create a base for the polish. And then I went in with a second coat. I don't want to say it's thick, but it's just, you don't want to be too skimpy with the polish. You need enough there for the magnet to magnetize it, I guess. And if you go too thin, that won't happen. So here it is with the magnet applied. I probably held it for like 20 to 30 seconds, but I sped it up because no one wants to watch that. And as you can see already, hopefully it's just a really beautiful contrast with the base, which is kind of blackened brown, I would say. And you can still sort of see my nail line once I applied the magnet, so I would recommend going in with another coat and then applying the magnet once again. I switched it up. I don't know why. I think that I remember why. The bar magnet that you're seeing here is much stronger than the KB Shimmer paddle magnet. I find those paddle type magnets to not be as strong as the pure, I think it's pronounced neodymium bar magnets. So get yourself a bar magnet like this one for the best, tightest, most possible magnetic line. And this, as you can see, as it dries down, the line, if you apply it this way, does kind of spread a little bit, but I find that really beautiful, and you get this sort of galaxy effect. And I do apply the magnet after I apply the top coat again, just to ensure the magnetic line stays in place as much as possible. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and you can already see how beautiful the hollow sparkle is, and now you can see how shifty that magnetic line is. It's kind of orange, it's kind of green, it's kind of pink. There's really a lot going on in it, and it's just absolutely stunning. So I will let you enjoy the shifts in this gorgeous magnetic polish. Moving along, we have Painted Polish. This one is called Better in Blush. And this is a continuation of the Painted Polish I Love Blush series. And I think this might be the last one in the series. This one's described as a sheer blush base with pink holographic micro glitters, crushed gold metallic flakies, and micro holographic flakies. So if you're familiar with Painted Polish, you'll know that they have a wonderful formula, and this one is just a really beautiful, elegant polish. I don't claim to know what a work-appropriate polish would be, but maybe this could fall under that category. I don't know. It's just one of those polishes that's subtle, but also really sparkly when you get it under sun or direct light. So it's like neutral, but not, at least on my skin tone. And I absolutely love that. And as you will see, this one does dry down textured, so you want to use a good glossy top coat like Cuticula Limitless, or if not, you can use a glitter grabber top coat and then another layer over top, or just simply 2 layers of top coat depending on the top coat you have. But I found that the texture was absorbed, taken care of when I used Cuticula Limitless top coat. And as you can see, this is just a rainbow-rific polish. There's a ton of sparkle going on with all the hollow, and those gold flakes just stand out really beautifully. Moving on, we have Cupcake Polish Outfit Repeater, and this one is, I believe, the final polish in their Lizzie McGuire series, and it is described as a purple to teal duochrome. And this one is really interesting. I actually don't have any polishes like this in my collection, so I'm always happy to add something that's new and unique. And this one, as you're going to see, is very shifty. It also applies quite sheer on the first coat, but I found it to be opaque enough for my liking on the second. So you might need 3, but I was happy with it in 2. And I also really like this one because of the name, which I just think is hilarious, because being an outfit repeater was like the ultimate insult. And I would like to think that nowadays people know it's okay to repeat outfits, because not everyone can afford to buy a new outfit every day, but it still makes me laugh. Here it is after it dries down. I will suggest a good glossy top coat just to bring out the shine. It is a tiny bit on the dull side when it dries down. And like I said, this is a very unique finish. It's almost that grungy look to it, which I really like. And here you can see the really beautiful purple shift to it. It's just really interesting. It kind of looks blue at certain angles. I would say it almost has a bruised looking effect to it, if that makes sense. It's just a really pretty and interesting polish. And here you can see it in natural lighting. The shifts are very abundant. And last but certainly not least, we have Rogue Lacquer continuing with their Beauty and the Beast inspired series. And this one's called Something There That Wasn't There Before. And this one is a strawberry leaning pink with bright pink shimmer scattered hollow and hollow flakes. So this one is really beautiful. It has a gorgeous formula. It's really, really easy to apply. And it's also very bright. So if you are a fan of hot pinks, bright pinks, berry shades, then you're going to definitely love this one. The shimmer is really interesting because it just kind of complements the base color. And of course, the hollow flakes add a pop of rainbow and sparkle, which is always welcome, in my opinion. I will note that this one might cause some staining just based on my experience. I had it on my nails for 15-20 minutes when I was swatching, and I did have a bit of a pink tint to my nails after I took it off. I didn't use a base coat, so I would recommend a base coat for this one to be safe. And I will also recommend a glossy top coat. As you can see here, it just brings out the shine and the shimmer so beautifully. And hopefully you can see what I mean about that sort of complementary shimmer to the polish. It just adds a really beautiful depth and dimension to it, and it's just a really pretty polish. So if you're into pinks, then I highly, highly recommend this one. I wish the sun was out so I could have shown off the hollow, but hopefully you could get the gist of it under my swatching lights. So my top picks for this month out of the polishes that I showed you in my video are the Paint It Pretty polish. I just love their magnetic series. I think that this one might be one of my favorites so far. I just think it's really, really pretty with that pink magnetic line to it. I just really, really like it. And I also love the Girly Bits because I love neon pink glitters. I love black glitters. So let me know in the comments which polishes you're most excited about. Let me know what else is on your wish list. And have a great day wherever you are. Bye.